What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a word from the ancestor read for the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries, you guys are last but not least on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Hopefully, by now you have realized that you are in week 3. Okay, excuse me, if you have not seen either the short or the channel updates video that I did, which is in the greetings and exclusive playlist on my channel. Okay, this is your permanent placement as far as for readings. Okay, so every third week of every month you will be in this spot. Okay, remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, let's see, trying to see if there's anything else that I need you guys to know. Oh yes, the reason why there's only one deck on the table. Okay, during the first week, I did some channeling before the ancestor read, and my ancestors informed me that we needed to change up the reading into my emergency spread. Okay, this particular spread is called the pyramid. Okay, I created this with my ancestors in reference to personal readings, which I am open for. But it was also supposed to be in the event of something happening with this reading. I was due to get some new decks for this reading in particular by the end of the year during my break. However, things have changed well before then. So here we are with just one deck, okay, which is one of the decks that was originally in the spread. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle because it feels like the energy has kind of changed within the collective over the course of me trying to get these ancestor reads done. These are intuitive messages, however, there is some channeling involved. Okay, so Aries, also be advised, all right, that this is primarily for Aries Sun placements. However, you will possibly have to share your energy with other placements. Okay, so that means someone who's not an Aries could possibly be watching your reading, either to cross watch on you, Aries, which I strongly suggest against. Okay, as people have free will and things can change at any moment. Okay, I'm going to shuffle just one more time before we get into your reading, and so just be advised of that, along with, like I said, you can have a Leo that has Aries in their chart, and they could possibly end up watching an Aries reading. Okay, so hopefully you don't mind sharing your energy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the spread. So I'm going to lay all the cards out so that way you can kind of understand the schematics of the pyramid formation. Okay, we have 1 at the top. Okay, we have then 3 on the second row, 3 being you needing to center yourself, okay, or in regards to anything that you need to focus on, that you, not what you don't want. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Okay, as it is on the second row by 3, which means centering. Then we have 5 cards on the third row, which is in reference to possibly a change that has occurred within your life. Okay, during the reading, once I flip all of the cards over after they're placed down, don't mind my OCD, okay, as I try to make sure they're kind of evenly over the top of each other. Okay, there is of course no clarifiers, however I will use the cards above for this row. They will kind of interject with each other. Okay, so you'll notice that while I'm doing the reading. Then on the last row is a row of 7 cards, okay? 7 for the inner strength that you may need to have while going through the, things that you might be going through in your life, okay? So needing to have that inner strength, all right? So that's by 7. And then that is the last row, okay? At the end of the reading, we'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what the possible outcome is, okay, as far as the outcome energy, all right? I'll do just a little adjusting here so that way you can possibly see all of the pyramid in its entirety, okay? So there are no questions in this pyramid, okay? This is just straight, like I said, intuitive channeling between me and spirit, okay? Messages to you from your ancestors as well, okay? So again, get in where you fit in and only take what resonates, okay? If nothing resonates, then it's not for you, okay? Possibly another reading might be better suited for you, or another reader for that matter, okay? You can also refer to this center row here is in reference to you, okay? If at any given point in time, which I will mention it if need be in the reading, if at any given point in time it's in reference to love or anything in particular, we will talk about it in the reading. You have the right side here, which I consider the masculine side, masculine energy, okay? All of us have masculine and feminine energy within us. If you are a spiritualist and you've been watching my channel long enough, you know the explanation. If not, okay, this is your feminine side on the left side, okay? Your left side is in reference to nurturing, providing, compassion, empathy, sympathy, things of that nature, okay? Where you give, okay? You can receive from this side, giving and receiving on both sides with your left side, okay? Your masculine side is more so providing, okay, which is giving, okay? How you give to others, okay? You make decisions, you're very decisive. With your right side is your masculine dominant side of energy, such as your motivation, your determination, your judgment, things of that nature, okay? So we all have that in us, okay? And so that's what these sides represent when need be, okay? So let's go ahead and get into your reading now. First card to start is the Star card, okay? The Star card has Aquarius energy on it. You can either have Aquarius in your chart or have an Aquarius around you. You don't necessarily have to, it's just an honorable mention, okay? So the Star card is talking about some form of healing, okay? Either healing that is occurring now or healing that needs to happen, okay? There is some things from your past, Aries, that you need to heal from, okay? We talk about this a little bit on my channel in a few past readings in regards to kind of a growing pains type of vibe, okay? You go through different sets of growing pains. And so you are currently possibly in that right now, okay? As you're crossing over into a new phase or a new major milestone, if you will, in your life. So you know how maybe you consider 21 a milestone because, you know, that's when you're officially like legal to do whatever you want, okay? At the age of 21, okay? But then you look forward to your 30s. Your 30s is when you really feel acclimated as an adult, okay? You start really kind of finding stability within your life and what it is that you want to do moving forward, okay? When you get into your 40s, you're very mature, you're very wise, you've experienced enough of life in a sense where you should be quite stable and really secure, more than when you were in your 30s, okay? This is just primarily a hypothetical example, okay? But kind of the gist, okay? And then, of course, as you get into your 50s, you are now very seasoned, okay? But you could experience some form of change in your life, okay? Healing before those milestones is very detrimental to your mental and emotional health, as far as moving forward in life, okay? And that is what your ancestors need you to understand, is that there are some things from your past, from when you maybe were a teenager, before you even became 21, that you need to heal from, okay? So that's now starting to come to the forefront because you have not let it go, or you have not forgave, okay, and genuinely forgave yourself or the other person who may have harmed you, okay? So some healing is definitely needed. We have the Six of Swords here next, okay? Six of Swords is usually talking about movement in the sense of moving forward, okay? Movement in the sense of truth. You have a child and a mother in a boat here sailing away, okay? Your healing may be involving a parent and mother dynamic, okay? Or that for yourself, okay? Of having to raise a child on your own, okay? Maybe you're still healing from that, or maybe you're reflecting on your life in general, okay? Of what you've had to experience and endure, okay? Stop reliving things, okay? If only relive if you are looking at your accomplishments, and some accomplishments need to finally be put to rest, okay? Such as if your child is now grown, okay, and doing well on their own, you can now, let that accomplishment go. Now it's time for your child to have their own accomplishments, okay? In a sense, it's just the same as you constantly putting high school diploma on your resume, okay? And things that you've accomplished in high school, like being on the debate team and things of that nature. That's not really what jobs are looking for anymore, okay? I'm not throwing shade. I'm not, bashing you or anything. It's a great accomplishment for you. However, that happened 20 years ago. It's time to move on from it, okay? And start putting new accomplishments, okay? Such as if you're someone who's into humanitarianism, you should put things such as community outreach program, things of that nature that relate to the job in which you're applying for, okay? That is for someone in particular, all right? Let's move forward to the Queen of Cups, okay? Queen of Cups, which is here underneath the Star card, okay? So, with this combination here, matched with this Six of Swords, again, you have made some serious accomplishments in your life, okay? Raising your children is a great accomplishment. Being able to make it to raise a child on your own is a very huge accomplishment. That child being successful is also a huge accomplishment, but is an accomplishment not only just based on how you raise them, it is still, like I said, now their turn to make their own accomplishments for themselves, okay? There still needs to, now that you have done this, now that you have, raised your child and did what you needed to do, and your children are grown possibly, it is now time for you to focus on you, okay? It's now time for you to heal you. It is now time for you to establish more accomplishments without your child being with you, okay? Your child is now a son or a daughter. Your parenting is now on halt, okay? Until they need you as far as an emergency, things of that nature. You are now, or should be, an empty nester, okay? Now, that could be where you're feeling now. If your children are still living with you, you were anticipating possibly having your own life now. But they may still be around in the sense of college, things of that nature, okay? You can still have your own life. You just need to learn how to do a separation of such, okay? So, we do have the Tower, okay? The Tower is here, Scorpio energy, and I cannot recall the other sign that's associated, but Scorpio is attached to this, okay? Of course, it always looks like it's bad. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Type vibe with the tower. Okay, you see someone falling, you see lightning, you see a crown kind of falling off, possibly from the top of the castle of the tower. Okay, flames ablaze and things of that nature. Okay, it does not mean the end of the world, just as much as everybody thinks the same thing about the death card when they see it. Okay, the tower is talking about just something happening, like a lightning bolt, in the sense of granting you the an epiphany or an awakening that you need to experience. Okay, something that you may be neglecting. Okay, or a shock to the system, if you will. Okay, a wake up call, things of that nature. Whether it's good or bad, you should not put that type of energy on it, because then you're attracting the energy in which you want. If you are a spiritualist and believe in law of attraction, by all means. If not, you can read up on it. Okay. But something eventually does transpire to give you that enlightenment, okay, that you need. Okay. We have the Sun card. Okay. We have the Sun card. Okay. The Sun card following after that, standing on its own, is again that enlightenment. Okay. That positive energy of, that inner child work. Okay. Whenever I see the Sun card or the Six of Cups, it automatically brings up that sacral chakra, where it's talking about that innocence, that inner child. Okay. And so something, like I said, possibly in your past did occur, that caused you to possibly hide it with this Queen of Cups. Okay, Queen of Cups is very mature, and can hold their energy in, or emotions in, just as good as the King of Cups can. Okay, however, you know when to release certain emotions or share particular things with people after you've gained some form of trust. Okay, your trust possibly could have been broken, but for a good reason, because in hindsight, some good has happened from it. Okay, so if you're possibly able to turn one, something that could have been very detrimental into a positive hindsight, there is enlightenment to come in shining a light on some things, possibly, like I said, from your childhood. Okay, so let's move forward with this Two of Swords. Okay, Two of Swords underneath the Six of Swords. So 6 turns into 2. Okay, so again, with the Two of Swords, you have someone with a blindfold on with 2 swords crossed. Okay, you're kind of blocking things out. Okay, you are suppressing. Okay, you're turning a blind eye. Okay, this Two of Swords is looking over at the sun. Okay, you're blocking your eyes from that possible enlightenment that you could possibly have. You are turning a blind eye to that inner child that is screaming to let them out, to heal them. Okay, with this Star card. All right, possibly what you have experienced in your life is something that was experienced in someone related to you before you. It could have been your mother, it could have been your mother's mother, it could be pretty much a revolving cycle, something that just continues to happen. Okay, and so it doesn't mean that it was destined for you to happen. It just for it to happen to you, it just means that it's based off of the choices that you have made, just the same as it was the choices that they made. Okay, the question is, can you break the cycle? Okay, or will the cycle break or end with you? Okay, and not pass on to your children. Okay, that might be a fear that you have too. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. We have the King of Cups. Okay, Aries, showing up right underneath the Queen of Cups. Okay, very, very interesting. Okay, you have that also, the Star, the Queen, the King of Cups. Okay, right here in the middle, like I said at the beginning, is about your center. I'm gonna let y'all know now, y'all at 19, just coming over 1925, y'all will be in super extended. All right, Now, just sidebar, okay? King of Cups underneath the Queen of Cups, okay? This is about you, the center of the pyramid, okay? Now, for some of you, of course, the back is to this section here, okay? To this Two of Swords and the Sun, all right? Now, you could, of course, be with someone who is just as mature as you, for some of you, because there's a lot of energy here, okay? Paying attention again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm trying to get this, to come out as clearly as possible. You could possibly have, like I said, someone that you're with. You're both on kind of opposing sides, but almost in the sense of looking at each other, okay? Where it needs to be a form of sharing between the two of you, okay? So I'm putting these two together as a Two of Cups type of vibe, okay? Share if there's no one in particular close to you that you can share what your fears are with them, okay, or about your past, then it's with your person, with your counterpart, okay? They should be your best friend. You know the hashtag, my wife is my best friend, my husband is my best friend. You need to start doing that. If it's not husband or wife being, the title, then boyfriend, whatever you want to go. My man is my best friend. My woman is my best friend. Get in where you fit in, okay? So, by all means, you two need to share, okay? And there could be something that also needs to be healed between the two of you, okay? That involves a past, okay? Now, for others of you, it could also be a healing between a father, okay, in reference to a father figure, all right? Most of the time, unless I can pick up the energy of a father, the mostly it's the Emperor that I usually feel, but that can also be in reference to a grandfather. With the King of Cups stating that it could just be a father figure is because of it being cups of emotion, okay? Cups is the suit of emotions, of feelings, things of that nature. Thus the reason why the father energy, okay, is being placed on this card. So that is for some of you. Some of you may feel that your father turned a blind eye to you, or your family, especially if there were multiple siblings, things of that nature. A father figure is possibly missing for you, okay? And there's healing that needs to be done there too, all right? Let's move forward to the Eight of Wands, okay? Eight of Wands is underneath this tower that came up earlier, okay? Here. Now, we're talking about communication, fast moving communication, all right? That's possibly what this tower is in reference to, okay? You possibly get some form of communication that possibly brings forth this enlightenment, shines a light on something, and maybe you end up turning a blind eye to it in regards to why this Six of Swords has occurred, okay? In not your past, but your parents' past, okay? Because this is intertwined, okay? This is maybe something that you've never known, okay? Maybe you are healed from what you had to do to raise your family if you were put in the same situation, okay, of being a single parent home, okay? But there's possibly something that you were not aware of when you were a child that caused you to be raised in a single parent home, okay? So there's some communication that is, very shocking to you, that sheds some light. However, you're possibly not sure of who to believe, or possibly feeling a little bit closed out from that mother figure, okay? Let's move forward. We have Judgment. Why am I not surprised? Okay? Judgment coming out on the outskirts of your reading here, okay? Nothing above it, okay? Inner child, Judgment, okay? So your inner child, again, like I said before, is screaming, help me, get me out of here. I need to know the truth in order for us to heal, okay? Now, inner child trauma, okay, sits in literally right below your belly button. That is your sacral, okay, is right below your belly button and right above your pelvic area, okay? That area is where your judgment really comes from. It's attached to your crown, your head, your mind, okay? And as time progresses, this has happened to me as well, okay? I'm only speaking on experience, okay? And you can look it up, okay? But from my experience, as I've gotten older, things of my past that as a child that I never really took the time to pay attention to, because as a child, you're not understanding. You're a child, you do as what you're told. Children are supposed to be seen, not heard. Okay? When you live in that type of household, that's what it is. Okay? You don't express feelings as a child. You're not even allowed to have feelings. Your parent is feeling for you. Okay, so now that you are older and you reflect back on those things, and it could be the smallest of things that triggers a memory from when you were a child, okay, and then that memory then causes resentment, okay, and it's now showing up in for me, my late 30s, okay, questioning, why was I raised like that? Wasn't there another way? Things of that nature, okay. Something as small as having to always be the one to do little things around the house. We all used to have that experience of, can you hand me that? And they're right there and they could have gotten it. Like you feel like you were somewhat a slave as a child, okay? So little things like that, okay? But of course yours is probably a little bit more deeper than that, okay? But I'm just giving that as a small example, okay? Because it's relatable. Now, judgment is now coming from your inner child to your adult self saying, hey, remember when this happened? We need to ask about this. Things that you never were allowed to ask as a child, you can now ask now, okay? Because you're now an adult, okay? And you've gone over it 1,000 times over. You've seen maybe your mother, be, successful, or your father. If it happened to a father, by all means, it can happen to men too, okay? Get in where you fit in. But you've seen them, they struggled, they worked hard, they were able to raise you, and now you are who you are because of it, okay? And so now you are passing judgment. Your inner child is passing judgment on the past, okay? Because there's healing, going back to the star card, that needs to happen, okay? So let's move forward to the Five of Pentacles, okay? Five of Pentacles is talking about being left out in the cold, okay? Feeling abandoned, things of that nature, okay? That is on the outskirts as well of your pyramid, okay? Coming out after the judgment. Possibly you have that question for your father or for your mother. Why did you leave us? She had to do everything on her own. And she told me that it was this. You cheated on her and things of that nature. When maybe you find out it's the other way around. Your mother cheated, or it was really your father that cheated. You don't know who to believe, of course, which puts you in this Two of Swords energy where you want to turn a blind eye to it because you don't want to believe it, okay? But it is actually happening. That's the reason why it's two sides to every story, okay? If you can find out from the other person who's involved, by all means, it's better to go to the source than to be, sped lies to, okay? But whatever transpired made you feel abandoned and left out in the cold, okay? Maybe things would have been different if someone was around more, okay? So as far as the choices that you made in your life, okay? Now, let's move on to this now Devil card, okay? The Sun up underneath. The Devil card is here, Capricorn energy, okay? There are, which has been a little bit popular this week as well, you have, especially in the ancestor reads, you have a tie between the two, and there's something that has, of course, this kind of ram, okay, has cut the string between the two, okay? This is underneath that Sun card, okay? Again, inner child, all right? Some type of separation, okay, caused by some toxic energy, okay? There's a toxic energy over this enlightenment that you have experienced, okay? Maybe you wanted that family dynamic. All of us did. I've experienced it as well. Was raised in a single family home, and I always wanted that family dynamic. But I understand now, and growing up at the time, realizing that everyone does not always get a happy ending, okay? In that instance. And so there is an enlightenment that there was some toxic energy that was caused in this past, okay? Truth has a way of coming out. What's done in the dark will come to light, okay? That is what is happening here, all right? Next, we have the Seven of Cups, okay? Seven of Cups is up underneath the Six of Swords and the Two of Swords, all right? Talking about, again, all these different versions of a story, okay, is what you are being fed, okay? This that has nothing to do with being busy at this point. This is about something in regards to family, okay? And I feel like, I don't know why I'm hearing the song a family reunion, okay? So maybe you have a family reunion coming up, and all these different stories are being spewed about, you know how when you get together with the family, it's usually something talked about in regards to past, and oh, I remember when you used to do this, and oh, I remember when you was a baby, and they all, your family members spew past stories, okay? That's possibly you are turning a blind eye to that and asking questions about what happened with the Six of Swords. What happened with my mom? What kind of, and it could be questions. Maybe your mother is now gone and cannot answer these questions for you. And so now you're referring to family members to help you, okay? That is what I'm feeling here, okay? And so you're getting all these different stories. You don't know who to believe. You need another source, okay? Now, you have this Knight of Pentacles here, okay? You have a Knight of Pentacles coming up right up underneath this King of Cups, okay? So, like I said, for you, this is in your middle of your read, of your spread. For some of you, it could be, again, you had the same kind of dynamic raising your own child, okay? It could also be that your counterpart experienced the same thing raising a child with the same situation. However, they were the ones that left, okay, or did some abandoning, okay? And so there's healing to be had in this sense where not only will you be healed, but possibly generational healing, okay? From your children to you, to your counterpart and their children, okay? There's a healing to be had here, okay? Someone is offering some form of enlightenment as well, okay? In regards to this healing, all right? As far as accepting things the way that they are, or there's some important information in regards to this situation, okay? Next, we have the Knight of Swords, okay? Knight of Swords underneath this Eight of Wands facing this Knight of Pentacles, okay? So it's talking about, again, being underneath the Eight of Wands in the Tower. There is kind of a battle, if you will, between two. It could be between two children that are living with you, okay? There is possibly some quiet conversations, if you will, going on in a household dynamic, okay? One is responsible, the other one comes with excuses, okay? Point blank, period. All right, they're always quick to, explain something, okay? While the other one is quite responsible, all right? That is not for everybody, and it's not even truly part of this entire spread. This is feeling like some totally separate energy going on as far as some in-house sibling kind of battling, okay? Now, next is the Ace of Wands, okay? A passionate new start, in a sense, okay? Is what's coming up underneath the Judgment, okay? For a particular set of you, again, this is on the right side of your spread in regards to possible profession, okay? Again, separate energy, get in where you fit in, okay? You possibly have to make a decision in regards to a profession in which you are trying to pursue, okay? It is the right move for you, okay? For others of you, if it's something that you're already in, yes, is the confirmation with this Ace of Wands, okay? So, last card is the Empress, okay? The Empress, all right? Is the last card on the outskirts, no card above it, okay? Looking towards this Ace of Wands. Some of you are possibly expecting, okay? Or trying to get pregnant, possibly. And yes, it will happen for you if you haven't already, okay? Again, with this possibility, make sure you do some healing emotionally, okay? And safely, of course, so that way the baby is not harmed, because any induced stress can cause harm to a child, an unborn child, okay? Others of you, it's in reference to you being a boss, okay? And you need to start acting more like a boss, okay? Start getting acclimated to it, making these decisions, looking at new ways to expand your profession, things of that nature. This is for just this corner here. Notice this is on your right side, which is your masculine side, talking about your determination, your motivation, and able to provide, okay? You are not pregnant, however, with child, you are pregnant with ideas, okay? And you need to get on the grind, okay? There's a lot going on for you right now. Yes, emotionally, you have things that you need to heal from in order for you to birth these ideas, okay? Stop second guessing yourself with this Two of Swords being here and get on the grind, okay? Start doing your research, start utilizing your resources or collecting resources so you can birth this new idea, which is going to expand your business, okay? Now, let's look at the bottom of the deck to see what the energy is there. And we have Queen of Swords, okay? Queen of Swords. I don't have to go any further past that Queen of Swords because it is talking about a few things there. One, as a boss, you need to start giving more directive, okay? What you say goes. It's your business. You are in control, okay? That is the outcome, point blank, period, especially after you get this healing done, okay? For others of you, it's someone, Queen of Swords, that is going to possibly give you exactly what you are looking for, okay, as far as information goes. Air energy here, which is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, okay? They are going to cut to the truth. They are not going to sugarcoat anything, okay? And that's what you ask for. Do not get all sensitive about what they tell you because you asked for it. Be careful what you wish for, okay? And you wish for truth, you're going to receive it, okay? So, with that being said, you guys are super, super extended, but hopefully you got your message, okay? So, with that being said, we only have one more reading, which I'm going to try and get out today. And then after that, I won't see you guys until October, okay? Monday after next. So until then, peace.